Let's talk about green light therapy. So when we started our adventure with light therapy, there was a lot of science about red light therapy, and I thought, okay, we're gonna go with red light therapy, and then we just left it at that and really didn't research any of the other colors, if you will, of light therapy very much more. And then we had a couple of guys who are special forces who came in and said, you really need green light therapy in here. And we were like, really? What's green light therapy good for? And they said it really helps with sleep and anxiety and depression. And he said that, the two of them said that they had used green light therapy in the military. And interestingly enough, we found out that Delta Airlines has also installed green light therapy in some of their flights. Just because turbulence or having to send the tarmac too long or whatever, they researched it and learned, hey, green light therapy will help our clients to be able to fly easier. So we decided, okay, let's do a little more research on green light therapy, and then we obviously installed it here at Ahhsome. So let me teach you just a little bit more about the research on green light therapy. So researchers at Harvard University's Division of Sleep Medicine now confirm that the peak sensitivity of the human circadian system is close to 500 nm, as provided by green light therapy. This conclusion is based on a study with low light lamps conducted for the National Space Biomedical Research Institute, as well as on other studies conducted at Harvard University's Division of Sleep Medicine. In reference to studies for NASA's Advanced Capabilities Division, the researchers at Harvard stated that as a result of this, quote, new information about the peak sensitivity of the human circadian system, determining that the most efficacious specialized light source should have a peak near 500 nm. That's a quote from NASA's Space Life and Physical Science Research and Application Division Task Book. And you can see that in our binders in the Relaxation Lounge. Green light is comprised of light wavelengths that appear green or teal to the viewer and are made up of wavelengths longer than 480 nm and shorter than 570 nm. Spectral sensitivity of the photic pathway to the hypothalamic region of the brain. The measure of the psychological response to light exposure is determined by the extent of the induced phase shift and by the degree of suppression of nocturnal melatonin levels. The ability of low intensities of green light induce the equivalent psychological response to that historically introduced by high intensities of white light has been confirmed in an independent study published by the Canadian Defense Department's R&D Center and the U.S. Air Force. A press release on this project by the National Space Biomedical Research Institute, NSBRI, the leader of the research group, stated, based on previous laboratory studies, we anticipate that during exposure to the shorter wavelength green light, that melatonin will be significantly suppressed, resulting in better performance during overnight work, which is why I'm guessing they used it for the Special Forces. Extensive trials in the workplace by a U.S. military research and development center with low light lamps have also found that suppression of nocturnal melatonin levels to daytime levels occurs in less than 30 minutes with indirect exposure to 300 lux of green light from low light lamps and persists for over 2 hours after the termination of exposure. These results were supported from trials conducted on crews of Coast Guard cutters during normal operations and compare favorably with the effect reported in the literature from 10,000 lux of bright light. And all that information is in our binders. So, green light therapy benefits in Eastern medicine. Light therapy, also called chromiotherapy or color therapy, is the use of specific colors as a healing technique. The effect of color on cells was documented in the early 20th century when photobiologist John Ott observed a change in a cell behavior in response to color filters from his camera. This led to further research on the effect that colored light has on living organisms. Wavelengths. Each color in the spectrum has a different wavelength that light therapy advocates say corresponds to effects on the body. Warmer colors such as red and yellow tend to stimulate the nervous system, while cooler colors such as blue and indigo have a calming effect. The color green is in the middle of the color spectrum and therefore has a balancing effect on the body. Green is considered a cooler color and also helps bring about a slightly sedative effect. Benefits. 2 hours of daily exposure to green light was just as effective in treating depression symptoms caused by seasonal affective disorder as exposure to white light, and was more effective than red light, according to a study published in 1991 in the American Journal of Psychiatry. Eastern medicine. Traditional Chinese medicine, Egyptian medicine, and Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic medicine is one of the world's oldest holistic or whole body healing systems. It was developed more than 3,000 years ago in India. It's based on the belief that health and wellness depends on a delicate balance between the mind, body, and spirit. So all three of those have all used light therapy. Ayurvedic practitioners use green light to treat ulcers. Each chakra is also connected to specific colors. The fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, is associated with the color green, which is symbolic of its ability to help balance emotions. Antiseptic properties. Ayurvedic practitioners say the color green has properties that discourage the growth of pathogens, and it is considered an antiseptic and disinfectant. Holistic color therapists have used green light to treat infections, according to a 2001 article in the Encyclopedia of Alternative Medicine. Techniques. So here at Ahhhsome Relaxation, we have provided passive green light therapy in the chat room for your relaxation benefits. You can also gain the health benefits of the color green at home by wrapping yourself in a green blanket, which we have green blankets here at Ahhhsome, or wrapping a glass gallon container of drinking water in green cellophane and letting it absorb sunlight for several hours. According to our Ayurvedic practices, the water will be infused with the energy level of the green color and will contain its therapeutic effects. So I hope this has helped you learn a little more about green light. We have really noticed its effects for seasonal affective disorder, depression, and anxiety. So we've also combined it with several other therapies here at Ahhhsome, mainly the blue belt, because we know that the negative ions that the blue belt produces also helps with anxiety and depression, and also helps to balance out a lot of the different systems of the body. So hopefully you have tried the green light here. If not, we highly encourage you to give it a try and see how you feel. Let us know. Thanks. Have an awesome day.